Welcome everyone, I'm Mr. Eves and today we will multiply decimals. This is our objective for the day. Now to help us achieve our objective, we're going to go to our worksheet. Books Never Written, that's the title of our worksheet. And we're going to be solving these three questions. Who wrote the book, The Broken Window Mystery by, Weeds in the Garden by, Conceit is Neat by. Now these are books that were never written and we're going to find out who the authors are for these books. So to start off, we are going to go to our first set of problems, and we have I, Y, G, and N. And I'm going to use the lattice method to help us understand multiplication a little bit better. So to start off, I'm going to draw a square. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the square vertically in half. And now the reason why I'm going to do that is because there's two digits on the top number. So there's a 7 and a 6. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 7 and the 6 there. Then I'm going to cut this square horizontally in half. And that's because we have two digits on the bottom, the 1.9. Now you notice that I put the decimals right on the line. They don't need their only space. Now the next important thing is to cut our squares in half again, but we're going to cut them on the diagonal. So I cut that first one, then I cut the next two on the diagonal, and then finally the third. Now the reason why I bring these lines all the way out is that's going to help me through the lattice process. Now, let's go ahead and start and multiply like normal. We take the first number, 9, right here, that first bottom number, and we're going to multiply it by 6. Well, I know that 9 times 6 is 54. So I put the 4 in the bottom spot. That's the ones place. So the bottom triangle represents the one place. The top of the triangle represents the tens place. So that's 54. Then I go on to the next. I say 9 times 7. Well, I know it's 63. Put the 3 on the bottom and the 6 on the top. Now that I have filled this bottom section, this bottom row, I go up to the next one. Then I have 1 times 6. I go 1 times 6 is 6. And then I'm going to put a 0 because there's no numbers in the tens. Then I go 1 times 7 is 7. And the 0. Now that I have this, I'm going to ignore these numbers on the outside. I don't need to worry about them right now. Now I'm going to add. So I go 4 plus nothing is 4. Then I go on the diagonal 3, 5, and 6. Those are all on the same diagonal, and so that it's going to be 14. Now I put the 4 down below. I'm going to carry over to the next column. Now some people like to do it at the top. I like to do it towards the bottom to keep it nice and clean. So I put the 1 over there. Now I have 1 plus 6 plus 7 plus 0, which is 14 again. Then I'm going to carry the 1 again over, and that gives me 1 plus 0, which is 1. Now I come back to my problems, and I notice that there's two numbers behind the decimal. So 1, 2. That means I got to move my decimal 2 spots. And remember, the decimal starts right here at the end of the number. So I go over 1, 2, there it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and write this back up to where it was on my worksheet and put it nice and neat right up there. Now we're going to move on to Y, and we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to create a box, and you're going to notice that I only created a box similar to that, but you're saying, wait a second, Mr. Eves, this has 3 digits. Well, I'm going to ignore the 0 out in front because I don't need that. So I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to divide that box in half, and I'm going to put 0.44 on top. And then I'm going to divide it in half the other way, and I'm going to put 3.8. Put my lines in. Got them divided on the diagonal. Now I go 8 times 4 is 32. Put the 2 down, 3 up. Now you're going to notice we're timesing by 4 again, so I don't even need to do the timesing. I know it's going to be 32. 3 times 4 is 12. And I know that I don't have to do this again, so I'm going to go 12. Add on the diagonal, 2, 7, 6, 1. Check my decimals. There's 1, 2, 3 total, so I'm going to move it from here, the back of the number, 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put my answer up towards the top, and I have 1.672. So 14.44 and 1.672. I'm going to go back to this other screen, and I'm going to find where 1444 is. And I'm going to put the letter I. So every spot that I see 1444, I'm going to put the letter I. And I see another one down right here at the bottom. So is there any other spots? Let's look at it. Looks pretty good. I think we're all good there. Now the next one we're going to do is Y, which was 1.672, which is right there. And that was the letter Y. Now is there any other of those? Let's look through it. And I think we're pretty good. I don't think there's any other ones. So we're good to go, and that's how you fill it out. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this method of solving. Feel free, if you have any questions, to refer to the question page on MrEaves.com, the Help tab. Put your question up there, and one of your classmates or I will answer the questions. Hope you have a great day.